do that gives you a good opportunity to keep moving forward.
Did you or your assistants have to do much work with Prince to pick him up a little bit this week?
No, Prince, obviously like the flea flicker, Prince was supposed to have help. I mean, that really wasn't his play. I mean, he almost made a great play on it, but the other ball was underthrown, and the guy kind of pushed him by. Good play by him. Prince was in good position. He just, a couple times guys make plays. When you play the way Prince does, and you're aggressive and you attack routes, there isn't a corner that's ever played. And I was around Dion, I was around some great corners in the NFL. They all get beat. There's no one that's invincible. And Prince is the same guy. He's a heck of a corner. I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade our corners for anybody in the country. But he's going to get beat sometimes. He's going to give up some plays every now and then. I mean, it's been remarkable the type of football he's played, and how few times he's given up plays, especially as many times as we put him in man-covered situations, and guy's a heck of a football player.
If he was feeling bad, he gets plenty of opportunity this week to redeem, doesn't he? I mean, he gets
oh yeah. I don't think I thought what really showed what Prince is all about is how he played in the second half. I mean, he played really well in the second half, and to be honest with you, I didn't think he played bad in the first half. He had a couple bad things happen to him. That's sports. And don't blame me, that's life out on the corner. And those are all part of a learning experience for him. And I think he'll be better going forward because of it. Let's face it, he hasn't had to fight that type of adversity. I've coached secondary for a long time, and I've played the secondary. You're going to get beat, and it's not a matter of which, it's what you do after you get beat. Can you get back out there and not be gun shy? And he wasn't gun shy at all. He was ready to go. And because if he hadn't, we probably wouldn't have won that football game. He played really well in the second half.
Coach, what can you say about Alex Henry? He's made his last 17 field goal attempts.
What can you say? I mean, like I said, he's tremendous, and just keeps doing it. Which I don't know if this is wood, but I want to knock on it because.
Were you a little scared when he made that run on that fourth down? Were you a little scared when he made that cut inside and tried to get extra yardage?
After the fact, actually for a minute there, I thought he was going to score. But after the fact, I thought about it, and I told him yesterday, I said, next time that ever happens again, you get your butt down. He said, I thought about it when I was going over the middle. That's what he told me yesterday.
With all that he can do in all facets of special teams, how valuable is he to your team?
Oh, he's huge. He's a huge part of our football team, and he has been for the last, this is his senior year, 3 years I've been here, and I'm sure his first year too. I mean, the guy is steady as can be.
Does he give you maybe a different appreciation of kickers? Because I know kickers can sometimes get the reputation of being just an auxiliary part of the team, but he seems to bring a mentality that you really appreciate.
Well, I've never looked at kickers as an auxiliary part of the team because I've won and lost a lot of football games as a coach and a player based on a kicker's foot. So, it's an important job, and believe me, we feel very fortunate to have a guy like him in that position.
Is he self-coached when it comes to correcting it?
I coach him.
Okay. when he runs into
I got to do. The only problem we have is I'm a left-footed kicker, and I've coached him. I promise you. No, no. He's
do it if he does run into.
He's had help and things, but but he's pretty much self-coached. I mean, there's no one. I think he has a better understanding of who he is and what he is. I just tell him whether they hit a draw or hit a straight ball. I liken it to golf, and he likes that. So say just start that thing a little bit right and just hit a little draw, just like a 9-iron. And
does that surprise you in college football that the guys, again, you've mentioned that win and lose, so many games are determined by the fit of the kicker, that they're really out there on their own to correct any flaws that they may encounter.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, I mean, like Coach JP, he has a, you know, John Papuchis, who coaches our special teams, he has a pretty good understanding of the kicking game, and our GA, actually, Kurt Baldus. Those guys, you know, obviously they have more expertise, more knowledge in that area than I do. You know, we've been fortunate around here that we've had kickers like, you know, the Browns and people around here who have kicked in the NFL who have been around here working out in the off season. Some they might kick together, and all those things, you know, help a guy. And you know, the more input you get, the more knowledge you get, the better you get. And he just, I don't know how technical Alex is. I just think he just says, I'm going to go out and make it. And you know, he's an unusual guy. He's a pretty special guy.
I think people learned a lot about his fortitude, you know, that Colorado game in 08.
I learned a lot about his fortitude at that Colorado game in 08.
Do you ever think back on that and you know, your exchange on the sideline with him?
Oh yeah. You know, but you know what the exchange is. What I really learned about him was in a situation like that, he was had the same ho-hum attitude that he always has, and I mean, he's really calm, and he has a really good knack for you know, directing his focus and being calm and just going out there and approaching every situation the same way. And there's not a lot of people who can do that, and you know, he's just one of those guys.
He didn't tell you right away he was going to make it?
No, at first he kind of went, I don't, and I was like, oh, well, who's next? And then he came walking up to me and said, I got it. And I said, okay, go.
Hey, Coach, how big of a step did Jalen Martinez take for you guys last week in that game?
Well, I think every step he takes, I think, you know, I'm sure you're going to talk to Watts here pretty soon, and I know Watts would agree that every step he takes when you're only 7 games in as a quarterback, every step you take is important, and that was just the next one. And but you know, he showed us. I think he showed everybody else what he's capable of. We see it every day in practice, and he's getting better. He's improving, but he needs to continue to do so. And you know, we keep stressing to him, you know, Watts does, of getting into the details and staying in the details, letting the offense come to him, execute the offense, all those things, and he's slowly but surely he's getting better, and which is a great thing. I think that his potential, he's not even close to what he's going to be in the future, which is pretty exciting to me.
Did you see something happen with him from a confidence standpoint at the end of the first half that maybe got him into his zone, passing the ball that he hadn't been this year?
You know, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities like that. I thought he executed well. Like I said, I think all those things play a part as you move forward. You know, the more situations he's in, the more situations he has success in, absolutely. Some of the situations he has failure in, all those things are going to play a part in his development. And I just think that's one of them. You know, I think what happened in the Texas game. I mean, you just look at all the different situations he's in, and the guy just, you know, he keeps a good perspective on it. He keeps learning, and he's working hard at it. And the more experience he gets, I think the better he'll get.
He's about to be, I think, the third guy in college football history as a freshman to go 1,000, and he's only played 7 games. Does it seem like he's played that well, because or is the statistics maybe not tell the
well, you know, I mean, he's done some really good things, but like I said, I think what the statistics don't show is all the things that he needs to keep working on to keep getting better and to keep his progress going in the right direction, and I think that'll happen, you know. And he's I know this, he's better quarterback now than he was week 1, and he keeps getting better, and I think that'll keep happening. You know, he's developing well, and he's developing at a good pace.
Does he make you nervous when he throws those last-second laterals to Miles, or when he's about to go down?
No. Sometimes. It's got a little Favre in him. I've been around that before.
Bo, back to Alex. Since that Colorado game where you asked him what he thought if he could make that kick, how many times have you asked him before a kick if he thought he could make it?
I haven't. We have a pretty good idea what his range is, and
So 52 yards, you don't even bat an eye?
no. I mean, the only time I ask him is if there's wind involved, and if there's wind involved, I mean, he's a guy that, he's going to look you in the face and tell you. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you he's going to tell you the truth, what he thinks, and I'm not going to put him in a situation where, there's a big hard wind. I'm not going to put him out there for a 55-yarder and set him up to fail. That doesn't make any sense. And we have great, good communication as far as that's concerned.